is going on, guys? I'm back here live again for a second time. What is happening? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and we are here live for a special, somewhat predictions video, but not quite. This isn't me doing a pay-per-view preview and predictions, as I still just, again, don't feel like doing them for WWE right now. But I was intrigued a little bit to talk about one of my favorite matches of the year, which of course is both the men's and the women's Money in the Bank ladder matches. Of course, Money in the Bank takes place this coming Saturday, July 2nd, 2022 at, I think the MGM Grand Garden Arena, I think it is, in Las Vegas, Nevada. It was originally supposed to take place at Allegiant Stadium. This was supposed to be a stadium show, and I think they had this advertised since last summer, I believe it was. Unfortunately, because of the attendance, I believe it was, they did not have it there, and they moved it to a smaller arena. Ouch. But when you have a lackluster company like WWE right now, unfortunately, that is what's going to happen. And of course, the poster boy, because WWE did drive a truck around the T-Mobile Arena, wherever heck it was, at Double or Nothing, with a Money in the Bank sign on it. And of course, who was on there? Cody Rhodes, the advertiser. But of course, Cody Rhodes shouldn't be at Money in the Bank on Saturday. Now, I'm not sure yet when I'm going to watch Money in the Bank, either Saturday night or Sunday night. Not sure which day I'm going to get to watch it. It just depends on my weekend. It's a holiday weekend after all. But of course, I was intrigued a little bit by the Money in the Bank matches to at least talk about those. So this isn't a full-on preview and predictions. This is just who I think will win the matches. And of course, is there going to be a seventh member to that men's Money in the Bank ladder match? I honestly, God, don't know. I really don't know. Because right now, there are 7 women in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, which is odd because I thought they usually did 4 and 4. Why have an uneven amount? Why not just do 6? I mean, 6 is fine. 6 to me is plenty. 7's okay, 8's fine, but hey, 6 is fine. So why are they doing 7? I don't know. For the women. For the men, of course, they're still advertising that there's going to be one more person, even though they had a last chance battle royale. So I guess the 7th's going to be a surprise, or they may not go the 7th person. I don't know. But we're going to talk about both of the matches and at least go over, who I think has a chance to win, who I don't think has a chance to win, who shouldn't win, because there's a shouldn't in there as well, and go from there. I'll do the women first. I'm more interested in the men. I feel like the men, there's a little bit more to talk about than the women. The women have 7 in the match currently. And those 7 are Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Liv Morgan, Shotzi Blackheart, or just Shotzi, Becky Lynch, Lacey Evans, and Raquel Rodriguez are the 7 women in this ladder match. There's really only 2 people I can see winning this. First, the one that I don't think even stands a chance is Shotzi Blackheart. It'd be nice to see Shotzi win it, but I think out of all 7 of these women, she's the most likely not to win. Despite the fact that she got a mega push, well, she kind of got like the big spotlight, WWE sees big things in her type push in NXT. On the main roster, she's done just about absolutely nothing. So, besides the fact she had a feud with Aaliyah where she got locked in the locker room. That's it. So I don't see Shotzi winning it. If she did, it'd be cool, but I don't see her winning it. I I also don't see Alexa Bliss winning this. I mean, she's just come back as a babyface. It's kind of like she has like a mixture between, you know... I mean, I'm still not quite understanding what her character is. Is she the goddess again, just as a babyface? But the thing that's throwing me off is that she's still carrying around Lily. And I don't get that part at all. Asuka feels like a placeholder. I don't think she's going to win it. Liv, maybe I could see Liv winning it. I don't know, though. I mean, because right now, WWE, despite the fact that Liv Morgan is losing so much, they are still treating her like she's a big deal. I mean, heck, it's like, what, $550 just to get a cameo from her on Cameo, which, I mean, all respect to you, Liv, you know, you're awesome. I think you're a great talent, but you're doing nothing but losing, but yet we're supposed to believe you're a star, according to WWE. So I could maybe see them pulling the trigger on Liv. I just don't think it's the right time. I don't. If she was winning more, I could see. Like last year, I could have seen her winning it. This year, not really. Honestly, at this point, with the way they booked her, it would kind of make sense to turn her heel. I mean, I know she really wasn't the best heel when she was with the Riot Squad when they were heels, but, you know, she has gotten better. She's developed. I could probably, you know, with her story, I could probably believably see Liv transition more to a heel role now than before. My number 3 pick is Raquel Rodriguez. Getting the typical, you know, she's a tall woman, you know, big push. Maybe, I don't know. But, I mean, I would say she's the third likeliest out of all of them to win it, but I don't see her winning it either. But I feel like, you know, they would probably... Vince, you know, sees a lot in her, probably because she's a big woman. I mean, I keep saying this. Yes, I would much rather have her than Nia Jax. That's for sure. But I don't know. I don't think she's ready yet. She is not ready yet. I mean, yeah, she never was really ready for the main roster in general. But, you know, big woman, tall woman. You know, Vince loves that stuff. So who do I think it's going to be? It's down to 2 people. Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans. Now, it's funny because storyline-wise, you'd think it would go to Becky Lynch. Which, of course, out of all the women in this match, she has the most star power. That could be her way of, you know, her trying to get back to the top. But the story is Becky Lynch has hit rock bottom. I love the way they illustrated it when she originally lost her qualifying match to Asuka just recently, a couple weeks ago. Honestly, I think it was best to keep Becky out of this match, though. Because, I'm sorry, I gotta keep saying this. She is not meant to be a long-term heel. The best she has had as a heel was the build to her match with Bianca at WrestleMania. Because of the history. Because, you know, obviously, you know, because how they booked Bianca at SummerSlam last year, Becky got the backlash on it because she was the one who, you know, took the title off of her. So obviously, you know, that made sense to why fans would boo her. But I feel like, you know, in the long run, take Bianca Belair out of the picture. Who else is that big of a babyface right now to get cause Becky Lynch to get booed? Like, honestly, I really think they should keep going with this rock bottom storyline to transition her back into a babyface where she should be because she's loved. Becky Lynch, for crying out loud, is someone that is a natural babyface. She's a natural badass babyface. She doesn't need the briefcase to get that momentum back. What I still think they should do is not have her there, keep hitting rock bottom, have her, you know, realize, you know, she's got to find herself again, which is what got her to the top and got her over, transition that to a babyface role, and turn Ronda Rousey freaking heel to lead to that match at WrestleMania next year. That's the route they should go. I'm going to be real. I think the person out of the 70s should win it is Lacey Evans. I think it's going to be Lacey. She's got the blonde hair. She's exactly what Vince wants. I honest to God think she should get it. Out of these 7. I mean, that's not saying much. Like, yes, Becky's the biggest star. They could put it on her. But like I said, I don't think Becky Lynch needs the briefcase. That's not quite the route to go, I don't think. So, of all these women, who would I rather see have? Lacey Evans. To me, it's different. You know, yes, she's a babyface, but they teased her being a heel again. I don't know, really, but I think she'd be the best choice. I mean, yes, I know I said I couldn't see, like, Liv winning it. I mean, they maybe could go with Liv, but I feel like if they wanted to go with Liv, the best shot for Liv to have, I thought, was last year. I thought last year was a better time. Raquel Rodriguez, I don't think they're going to turn her heel anytime soon. As of now, they could. If they were turning her heel, then yes, maybe. I could see her. There's more of a possibility there. But Shotzi's got no chance of winning it for sure. Asuka, okay, but I don't know where they would go with her with it. Same with Alexa. I don't know where they would go with it. So, out of the 7, I think it's going to be Lacey. I think it will be Lacey. Of course, Vince is just dying to get the belt on her. Which I'm pretty sure she would have won the belt at Elimination Chamber 2021 had she not gotten pregnant. The plan probably was for her to win off of Asuka at Elimination Chamber, and she faces Charlotte at WrestleMania 37 for the Raw Women's title. With Ric Flair, of course, in Lacey Evans' corner. Because that wasn't just awkward enough, was it? So yeah, I think it's going to go to Lacey. Actually, here's the thing. You know who I think should have won that last chance elimination match or 6-pack challenge or Fatal 5, whatever heck it was this past Monday on Raw? Shayna Baszler. Give it to Shayna. That way it could have teased a feud with her and Ronda Rousey. Because if they're not, I keep saying, if they're not going to merge the women's titles, then right now, you have a golden opportunity. They're both on SmackDown. Do Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler for a feud. Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir are gone. You're not... Sasha Banks, I hear rumors that she's for sure gone as of June 10th. But WWE is not considering her gone yet because they're hoping she cools off and comes back after her 90 days. But that's not going to happen. I feel like, they should have had her in there instead of Becky Lynch. Like I said, keep going with this rock bottom storyline for Becky Lynch, which will be the best way to transition her back into being a babyface. And to lead to her match with Ronda Rousey at next year's WrestleMania. That one-on-one match that we still have not gotten yet. That we should have had twice. Survivor Series 2018 until Becky got hurt. And WrestleMania 35 should have just been Becky and Ronda. There was no need to insert Charlotte in that. I'm sorry. There really was not. But that's who I'm going to predict to win the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Let's talk about the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, which I'm definitely a lot more intrigued by. Again, as of now, there are 6. There's an episode of SmackDown tomorrow, but I'm not going to be able to do this tomorrow night. So that's why I'm doing it now. There's still supposed to be a 7th person in this match. I have no clue who that's going to be, especially since they already did a last chance battle royale on Raw, which was won by yours truly, Matt Riddle. Yes, I'm still calling him Matt Riddle, even though he's just Riddle, but he should be Matt Riddle. And he honestly is one person. There are 3 people in this match I can see winning. The 3 that I can't. First off, absolutely do not give that match, to give this to Omos. Don't. I'm sorry. The guy is the modern day Great Khali. He can't talk. He can't wrestle. He's as stiff as a board when he moves. The only reason why Vince likes him, big man, 7'3", 400 pounds, big strong men, awesome, but he's no big man. He's no Big Show. He's no Mark Henry. He's no Kane. He's no Undertaker. He ain't one of them. He ain't your guy. He ain't. Sheamus, I don't see it at all. Not that it would be a horrible idea to put on Sheamus, but I don't see it. I don't see any reason for him to win this. The fourth person I don't think has any reason to win the Money in the Bank briefcase is Drew McIntyre. Because why would you challenge Roman Reigns to a match at Clash at the Castle in September and then be in the Money in the Bank ladder match? So he has the opportunity lined up for him at Clash at the Castle. Of course, if Roman's still champion, which I'm hoping he still is champion, because I don't want to see him drop it to Brock at SummerSlam. God, because they have to do that match how many stinking million times? Yes, I get it. It was supposed to be him and Randy, but Randy got hurt. But you couldn't do something else. You really couldn't do something else. But I don't think Drew has a reason to win this match either. So the three to win are the three on the bottom. I'll start with the top two. The number 3 one I feel like is a big dark horse. And of course I will talk about if there is a 7th member, who could it be? Of course the two that I'm stuck between, because I think they will have a one-on-one match at SummerSlam, is Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle. Now, the reason why, I could definitely see them because Seth Rollins, is, even though he's lost all 3 of his matches to Cody Rhodes, WrestleMania 1-on-1, WrestleMania Backlash 1-on-1, and Hell in a Cell match 1-on-1, he obviously still has all the momentum behind him, and he took out Cody Rhodes. So obviously he has the nuclear heel heat behind him. I can definitely see him being a 2-time Mr. Money in the Bank. My thing is him cashing on Roman, it wouldn't feel fresh. It would not feel fresh. They would be trying to recycle the heist of the century at WrestleMania 31 if they wanted to do Roman cashing in while Seth cashing on Roman and Brock. And again, it's 3 people nobody wants to cheer for. Well, okay, we like Roman as a heel, but to me it wouldn't work. I would love for it, honestly, to be Matt Riddle, because he has the history with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. And yes, I'll be honest, he has lost a lot of his singles matches. But I feel like, the storytelling he's been able to perform with him and Randy Orton, and his continued storyline, and him even finding his way to a world title match, and having an excellent match recently against Roman on SmackDown. I can see him doing it. I can definitely see Matt Riddle doing it. Either way, though, whether Seth or Matt wins, one of those two should win, and I think they should have a match with the Money in the Bank contract on the line at SummerSlam. Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, take my money. And with the contract on the line, that'd be awesome. Like, they could have Seth Rollins win the contract here, but then Riddle wins it off of him at SummerSlam in their one-on-one match. I'd be okay with that. But then there's the dark horse in this match. And call me crazy for even considering it, but hear me out on this. Hear me out on this. Sami Zayn, who I think should have won the briefcase back in 2019, first off. He should have won it back then. They took him out of the match just to give it to Brock Lesnar, which was absolutely a complete waste of time. If they wanted to do the rematch with Seth and Brock at SummerSlam, they could have done it, but for crying out loud, they didn't need to waste the briefcase on Brock and build nobody up. Heck, the way they booked Brock with the briefcase was goofy, but I would have liked it if it was on someone else and not Brock Lesnar. That's when Sami Zayn should have won the briefcase. As a heel, of course. But, hear me out on this. So, the current storyline with Sami Zayn is he's trying to be an honorary member of the Bloodline. He's trying to be all buddy-buddy with them and find a way to still get recognized and a way to, reignite his career. And, of course, he's being known as the honorary Uce as well. What if Sami would win the contract? Sammy wins the contract. I mean, even though he got squashed by Roman when he became number one contender on New Year's Eve last year. But what if this is the way to kind of make Sami Zayn a babyface again? Because let's be real, Sami Zayn, I keep saying this, should not be a heel for this long. I'm sorry. Yes, he's great on the microphone. But what I just hate to God what WWE does with heels is they limit them so much in the ring. Because they have to be heels, they have to be cowards. Why does Sami Zayn have to be a coward chicken shit heel? There's times where it's worked, yes. But I'm just sick of it. He's been a heel for 5 years. 5 years of a heel run from one of your biggest baby faces to come out of NXT. It's completely unnecessary. But what if he wins the briefcase and, the Usos and Roman, calling the honorary Us, just refuse to believe he is anything and he wants to prove something to them, and he wins and he actually gets over as a babyface. I mean, I get it. Sammy is limited. His body's beaten up. He's had a history of injuries. I get it. He's probably not the most reliable person with the world title, but it's something different. It's something that'll give him a great pop. It'll be a fresh moment. Yes, he'll probably lose the title, one of the titles back to Roman. I get it. But wouldn't it be a swerve? Wouldn't it be nice to transition Sammy back to that babyface role? Him getting the contract here could do so. I really think it would work. But it's probably not going to go to him. But I feel like he is like my dark horse pick that they could still go with and hopefully somehow still make it work with a storyline with him in the bloodline right now. But I think it's going to go to either Seth Rollins or Matt Riddle, and they will have a match at SummerSlam for the briefcase. Heck, like I said, how about this? Seth Rollins, I feel like, has lost several pay-per-views in a row, right? Give him the briefcase at Money in the Bank. Have Matt Riddle win it off of Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. And have him cash in on Roman. You can do that. I think that will work. Now, of course, let's talk about that seventh person. There's two people. There's really only one that I'm wondering if it's going to show up and then be in Money in the Bank. And call me crazy, John Cena. I don't think Cena's going to win the briefcase. But I still see the rumors, and I'm very surprised there was not more set up for it on Monday on Raw. But I think it would be some sort of way to tease Cena getting the contract to go for a 17th world title. Austin Theory costs him the match because he didn't like how Cena didn't stick around for a selfie after he trash-talked him on Raw on Monday. They could fill a spot with him in there as a nice surprise, and start the build for him in Theory at SummerSlam, with or without the U.S. title. I don't know yet which direction they're going to go with that. They're going to. I still don't know if they're going to have him drop the belt to Lashley or if he's going to retain the title. Because honestly, Theory could use a victory over a bigger superstar like Bobby Lashley. But I also want Bobby Lashley looking like a chump again, either as a babyface, but. They could very well go with Cena. He's really the only person I could really possibly see. Here's what I'm worried will happen. Someone told me at work this the other day. Even though he is out hurt, probably for 9 months, it'll probably be sooner now. He's probably going to pull a John Cena return because he is that crazy like that. Someone told me, let's say everybody is down and out. Cody Rhodes, or how about this? Seth Rollins is about to win the match. Cody Rhodes comes out of the blue, pushes Rollins off the ladder, takes no bumps. He climbs the ladder and wins the briefcase. I'm pretty sure, though, that will give Cody a chorus of boos. I mean, yes, him, getting his confidence on Raw will be fine. But putting the briefcase on Cody, especially when he's out hurt and not cleared to compete, that will give him a chorus of boos. And here's the other thing, too. Even if Cody Rhodes was cleared to wrestle, I still do not think Cody needs the briefcase. He doesn't need the briefcase. I feel like the story he's trying to tell here, with him winning the world, one title his father never won, the world title, it doesn't need to. I feel the story does not need to have the Money in the Bank briefcase involved. Honestly, again, I'd rather give him a couple more victories over a couple bigger names. And I would much rather see him win the Rumble and go to Mania to fight for the title. At least give him the Rumble. The briefcase, though? I really don't think he needs it. But wouldn't that be a shitty-ass way to do it? To have Cody show up and take the briefcase while injured. You'll know for sure then how big of an ego Cody has if he's showing up and win the briefcase that way. He can't just stay down and take a break. He's got to do it that way. But that's the only way I can see, a seventh person going, because I really don't know who else it could be. Okay, since they already had a second chance, a final chance battle royale, yet there's still one person to fill a spot. But again, yeah, if not Cody, of course, I'm hoping it's not Cody, why not have John Cena get in there and have some way for it to form for Austin Theory to cost them and to start the build to their match at SummerSlam? I'd be all game for that. Wouldn't you? But yeah, those are my predictions for the Money in the Bank ladder matches. Again, for the women, the only two people I can really see winning is Becky Lynch or Lacey Evans. I think it's going to be Lacey, and I still don't think Becky should have been in this match. For the men, like I said, don't be surprised. I won't be surprised if what the person said is true and Cody shows up and takes a briefcase, which again would be dumb of them to do. Or Cena. Well, again, if Cena's in the match, he's not winning. It's just going to be a way to set up for his feud with Austin Theory for SummerSlam. But like I said, my dark horse is Sami Zayn. But I think it's going to be either Matt Riddle or Seth Rollins. I want to go with Seth Rollins and have Riddle win the briefcase from Rollins at Money in the Bank. I mean, at SummerSlam. Is what I'm going to say. No one really in the live chat, but thank you guys for the peeking in for those deals. We got about 30 views, though, for people who peeked in. Thank you, though. But yeah, those are my predictions of who I think is going to win the Money in the Bank ladder matches. Who do you guys think is going to win the ladder matches? And also, who do you guys think is going to be that seventh person in the match? Like I said, I think it's going to be John Cena. But don't be surprised if someone I work with predicted if Cody Rhodes shows up and just takes the briefcase. Which would be kind of stupid, I feel. But and again, I don't think Cody Rhodes ever needed the briefcase for the storyline. But again, guys, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Make sure your thoughts down in the comments section below. And be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. And follow me on Twitter at TheManAir93. At some point, though, next week, I will do a review on Money in the Bank 2022. And, yeah, just stay tuned for more content as always to come to this channel. So until then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll catch you all later. Have a great rest of your night. And peace out, everybody.